As a coffee roaster with nearly a decade of experience, I spend most of my time enjoying coffee from the finest producers and roasteries in the world. So imagine my surprise when I discovered a secret coffee aisle in my local TK Maxx, a store better known for cushions, discounted socks, not single origin coffees. So I've decided to go undercover to find out if TK Maxx is secretly hiding delicious coffee beans. And the coffees I found, they blew my tiny mind. You're going to want to watch to the end because the final coffee is not what you expect. Lumberjack, it's a house blend, whole bean. The entire pack is compostable. I don't know where it's from. Bob Marley. Licensed Bob Marley. Ugandan family farmers. Strong roast. Intenso. It's got a sensory profile of 12 out of 13. A vacuum packed. Going since 1950. Have you ever tried any of the coffee from TK Maxx?
I try not to because I never get overhooked by it.
You don't want to get hooked on it?
No, too much.
I'm doing a taste test to see which one might be best.
That one will be the best one, I reckon, because it's Italian, isn't it?
Kimbo, yeah.
Yeah.
This one is Bob Marley.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Sounds good.
Is it got CBD in it or something?
I don't think so.
So how come you're doing a coffee tasting?
I'm a coffee roaster. And I was in here the other day buying something and I saw the amazing range and I thought, let's see if any of them are any good. Thank you very much. So here it is, the haul. Lumberjack House Blend. This is Marley coffee, a Bob Marley licensed coffee. A vac-packed Italian roast, Cafe Corsino since 1950. Cafe 6000, a Ugandan family coffee. This apparently brings vital income to Ugandan family farmers. Bird and Wild. This one supports the RSPB. Intenso, Kimbo, Il Caffè di Napoli, another Italian coffee. I couldn't resist. I bought a novelty mug because I am feeling groovy. I've also selected 3 that are pre-ground and 3 which are whole bean. Now, you know, we all know that whole bean is going to be fresher and better, but I thought it was important to try the range of coffees available at TK Maxx. I was sort of blown away by the range on offer in TK Maxx in terms of the different coffee. Like, I've never heard of any of it. I think I've heard of Bird and Wild before, but the rest, nada. I haven't seen or heard of them ever before. So I'm really interested to know, is this local to my TK Maxx or are they across the nation? If you're a TK Maxx shopper, let me know in the comments below if you've seen any of these coffees. Now these are the 6 contenders, but let's find out a little bit more about each one. First up, Lumberjack. They use advanced roasting machinery. I wonder what that is. And that's it really. It's from Ireland. The entire pack is made from compostable materials. Now that's the same with Apostle Coffee. My roastery, we use compostable packaging. So big fan of that choice. Next up, Marley coffee. Lively Up. An almighty blend of full-bodied yet well-balanced coffee offering hints of cocoa, candied fruit and sweet caramel. Embrace the positive vibrations. Under license, they've licensed Bob Marley's brand. It's organic. Soil Association organic. Again, Apostle Coffee, Soil Association organic. So expecting big things from this. Next up, Corsini. Cafe Corsini, 1950. This is Italian, it's a product of Italy. It's a blend of roasted and ground coffee. That's confusing. I mean, it's always going to be roasted and ground, isn't it? Blend of precious coffee, selected and roasted with care to obtain coffee with a full-bodied and balanced aroma. It's vac-packed. It looks like it's designed to go into space. Really interested to see how that one tastes. Then we've got Cafe 6000. 1,000 wouldn't do, they had to go up to 6,000. Now this I was attracted to because it's 100% Arabica coffee and it's bringing vital income to Ugandan family farmers in the remote Wenzori mountain region. You fill your coffee cup and they fill their classrooms. That's quite an exciting claim, isn't it? Where's it made? It's roasted and packed in the UK by Lincoln and York Limited. There's nothing else on here. No further information. This one I have seen before, Bird and Wild. It says that for every bag of Bird and Wild sold, you're helping the RSPB, which is a charity that supports birds, and the Smithsonian Migratory Bird Centre and the Fair Trade Foundation. So this is fair trade coffee, it's Soil Association organic, and it helps birds. 6% of sales are donated to the RSPB. This is also naturally grown under rainforest canopy, so it's shade grown coffee. Sounds great. What's not to like? Finally, this one looks interesting. Kimbo coffee. This is Italian. In Italy, if you ask for the capital of good coffee, the answer will be Napoli. Napoli? Napoli? Let's start that again. Napoli. It's where coffee roasting is a timeless tradition, and it's the home of Kimbo. Enjoy the authentic taste of Napoli. Napoli, where coffee is a passion. There's a package date. This is the first one with a package date. 30th of May 24. That's a year ago. That's been around. Best before May 26, so a year from now. It's got a sensory profile of intense, 12 out of 13. Yet it claims to be medium roast. So that's interesting. Okay, let's brew. I'm going to be doing a cupping, which is what coffee roasters and coffee professionals do to taste out new coffees. Essentially that means putting the same amount of coffee into each cup, the same amount of water at the same temperature, leaving them to sit for a few minutes before slurping and enjoying. Now what are we looking for today? We're looking for bold flavours, we're looking for pleasing aromas, we're looking for something unique. Maybe there's something we've not even tried before that's been lurking behind the discounted dog jumpers. It smells dark. It smells a bit like burnt tyres, if I'm being honest. Not great, but you know, we'll see. Next up, lively up. This smells strong. It smells a little bit like fish, which is what you actually get if you take your coffee roast too dark, too close to burning. It lets off this slightly acrid smell. And now we get to this one. If I was going to go into a bunker because of the nuclear apocalypse, this is the one I'd be taking. Looks like it could survive a trip to Mars. Oh yeah, psh, as the air rushes in. So this is pre-ground. Doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell of much. It's on the dark side. It's on the dark side, Luke. And that's Yoda. It's on the dark side. That's like Bane from Dark Knight. Why can't I do Darth Vader? It's on the dark side. Yeah, it needs work. Ugandan. It smells a bit citrusy. There's like sort of lime, lemon. Tell you what it does smell like though. It smells like it's been ground for a long, long time. It's got that sort of slightly dampened sniff. When I grind these myself using the grinder, you'd expect the aromas to be super fresh because they're just releasing those smells for the first time. Whereas this was roasted and packaged. Who knows how long ago, it doesn't say. So this could have been sat here for ages. We have no way of knowing. And because of that, it smells a bit flat, a bit uninspiring. Bird and Wild. It's got that sort of rubbery smell, like when you change your bicycle tyre with a new inner tube. It's got that sort of smell about it. And again, this is pre-ground. Again, it smells a bit flat. It doesn't feel very lively. Don't pre-grind your coffee is what I'd say. Finally, Kimbo. Kimbo is an odd name for an Italian company, but maybe I'm missing something. Let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, dark, sugary this one smells. Like burnt toffee, caramel. They've all been roasted quite dark. All 6 coffees, 20 grams in each, and then topped up with 200 grams of water, all at the same temperature. So we're going straight into the first sniff. Here's coffee number 1. Got my spoons. Gonna break the crust. It's a bit like burnt toast. Like lemongrass. Dark is how I describe that. Dark and oaty. Number 2, Bob Marley licensed. It's quite light. It's got a sort of limey smell to it. A sort of citrusy, burnt smell, like you've put a lime on the barbecue. Number 3. This was our vacuum packed one. This smells exactly as you'd expect it to. It smells dark, nutty, like burnt oats. But it's got that sugary smell to it as well, a bit like brown sugar that's been caramelized on something. Cafe 6000. This smells quite pleasing. It smells like sugar cane, oats, shortbread. It's got a little bit of a vegetal smell, and by that I mean it smells a bit like hay or straw, sort of dried grass, which usually is a sign of not very good coffee beans. But it smells not too bad. That smells like a sort of specialty coffee. Bird and Wild. This one's very floral. It smells like petals, like rose or honeysuckle. smells quite delicate, quite light. And finally, Kimbo. It's dark, it's powerful, it's Kimbo. This is like the darkest looking one. It's got a real oily surface to it. It's almost got a sheen on it like petrol on black tarmac. Oh yeah, it smells like it's seen some tarmac. It's got a rubbery smell. If metal had a smell, this is what it would smell like. It smells like rusty nails. But that said, there's a hint of something sugary in there as well. It smells treacly, but the sort of treacle that's been added to a beef haunch and barbecued for 18 hours. So that's the sniffing out of the way. Not a massive amount of difference again. All very dark coffees. This Ugandan one from Cafe 6000 is smelling the most interesting, followed by our bird-friendly one. And actually, I didn't mind the smell of Cafe Corsini. Next, we're gonna let them cool down a tiny bit more before slurping. But first, some advice from one of my subscribers. This is from C.L.369. Take a sip of water between the different brews, my friend. Smiley emoji. I'm taking your advice, my friend. Lumberjack. Let's have a go. Words that spring to mind. Metallic, burnt sugar, burnt toast, burnt. There's a real strong acidity that comes with that darker roasted coffee as well. It suits the name. It's woody, lively up, Marley coffee. This one, let's not forget, is organic as well. Wait, don't forget the advice. Sip of water. Whoa, there's lots going on in there. Wow, it's well balanced. It's got a nice bitterness, chocolatey, like dark chocolate, cacao. But it's also got a nice salty feeling, a nice espresso-y sense in the mouth. Words that spring to mind, nutty, like almonds, walnuts, but with a bit of citrus in there, a bit of fruit, but light fruit like strawberries, honey. That's nice. Well done, Bob. Cafe Corsini. Now this one was a lot finer than the others in terms of the grind. I couldn't choose that, it's just how it came. That's quite light actually, surprisingly light. It's slightly woody again, it's got like a walnutty taste to it. It tastes flat, and what I mean by that is it feels like the aromas and the coffee's subtle flavours have long since passed. Let's check it out. What does it say? I mean, it doesn't give you any indication of when it was created. Is there even a best before on here? There isn't. They want you to take this into space with you. There's no information about when it was roasted, when it was packaged, or when it's past its best. This could be as old as I am. Maybe it's been on the TK Maxx shelves since I was a young boy, which was quite some time ago. Interesting. Not disgusting. Pretty bitter though. Not great. Which brings us to Cafe 6000. Like we said before, this is lighter, it's vegetal, so it tastes sweet, like you're chewing on a bit of hay. It's got a nice salty espresso mouthfeel again to it. So it's getting that bitter part of your mouth at the back, but it's also getting that top bit and the little sweet sides of your tongue. Bird and wild. This is really light. Did we say it was floral before? Almost tea-like. Sort of Earl Grey, like there's some floral notes mixed in with the coffee. It's really interesting. Again, it's a little flat, but I guess that's because it's pre-ground. I know that there was some really interesting coffee notes going on before this was ground that would have come out really nicely if it was whole bean. They probably do whole bean coffee. When was this roasted? This is best before August 2026, but I can't see a roasted date. So, you know, that could have been roasted and ground like 6 months ago. It looks pretty dry. So that's a shame. If this wasn't pre-ground, I think it would be tasting even better. Brace yourself, here comes the final coffee. And it's one with a name we've all come to know and recognise, Kimbo. I want you to imagine you've been on a very long, cruisy drive through France down to Italy. You're running low on fuel and you pull over to a garage. And in that garage is a coffee machine. It's near the back somewhere, it's very dusty. You decide to go for an Americano. This is what you're getting, my friend. It's dark. It tastes like engine parts have been cleaned in it. It has no redeeming qualities. Any sense of there being a decent coffee bean has been roasted to within an inch of its life. I wouldn't serve that to my worst enemy. That's disgusting. You don't expect to buy good quality coffee at somewhere like TK Maxx, I would say. And I was pleasantly surprised. There are 3 coffees that stand out, and unsurprisingly, they're the ones that aren't vacuum packed and aren't dark Italian roasts. So for me, Cafe 6000 is in contention. Marley Coffee's Lively Up is in contention. And then it's a toss-up between these 2 for 3rd place, but I'm leaning towards Bird and Wild because it had some interesting characteristics. Now, what I'm looking for in a coffee is balance between bitterness, sweetness, and the lovely coffee flavours in it. A nice mouthfeel. I love that salty flavour you get with a good espresso or a good coffee from a cafe, so I'm looking for that as well. That's what I'd ideally like. And there was one coffee that had that. What else am I looking for? I'm looking for interesting characteristics. Now that could be a tasting note I'm not expecting, like wild berries, kiwi. Something that stands out without distracting from the coffee's overall taste. And there was a little bit of that in here too. If I had to pick a standout coffee from this selection of 6 that I would actually recommend to you and say, hey, this ain't bad. Marley Coffee, Lively Up. This is the most well-balanced coffee out of the lot. It had a lovely bitterness, it had that sort of high salty espresso-y note. It's been roasted pretty dark, but it suits that. This is going to do well with milk. You're going to be able to make your flat whites, your lattes and your cappuccinos at home quite nicely with that. But it's also Soil Association Organic, which is something I'm quite passionate about. Not that I let that sway my decision. Is TK Maxx a secret top-tier coffee destination? No. But it is full of weird, wild, and occasionally wonderful coffees. Where should I test next? Aldi, B&M, Home Bargains? Let me know in the comments below. Happy brewing, and I'll see you next time. If you've watched this far, you're an absolute diamond, and I would love it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. This is the video that YouTube thinks you should watch next. So what are you waiting for? Give it a click. You still here?